The sixth edition of the amended broadcast code is a review of the fifth edition. The amendment was necessitated by a presidential directive in the wake of the 2019 general elections on the role of the NBC as well as the conduct of the various broadcast stations before, during and after the elections. In this direction, Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed pointed out that with President Muhammadu Buhari's approval of the recommendations that will reposition the NBC, the amendments are mostly in the areas of political broadcasting, local content, coverage of emergencies, advertising, and anti-competitive behavior. The minister maintained that sub-licensing and rights sharing will create opportunities for local operators to be carried along and raise revenue, just as the law prohibiting backlog of advert debts will promote sustainability for the stations and content producers. Similarly, the registration of web broadcasting will also grant the country the opportunity to regulate negative foreign content that are harmful.
This particular provision grants the country the opportunity to regulate negative foreign broadcasts that harm the country. Such harms could be in the areas of security, protection for minors, protection of human dignity, economic fraud, and privacy.
Lai Mohammed equally touched on the provisions of responsibility of broadcast stations on national emergencies as well as fines for breaches. The minister emphatically dismissed what he described as blackmail and the engagement of hack writers to discredit the amendment of the NBC code.
The sixth edition and the amendments which we now want to unveil remains the regulations for broadcasting in Nigeria. Our attention remains the good of the country. We need to catalyze the growth of the local industry. We need to create jobs for our teeming creative youths. The opportunities must be created, and we believe that effective regulatory interventions are a sure way of attaining this.
Acting Director General of the NBC, Armstrong Idachaba, while applauding the federal government's determination to put in place an effective and functional broadcast industry, said a number of initiatives and activities put in place by the federal government have in no small way put the industry on a viable path.
We are also committed to creating diversities of programming and also interested and committed to offering opportunities for employment and wealth in the broadcast industry.
The first NBC code was published in 1993, with the sixth in 2019 and amended in 2020.